Hello and welcome to SuperHub's podcast, Ctrl Alt Disrupt. With me today is Marianne, our social media boffin, if you want to call her that. We've got Cameron, one of our video editors and videographers, and we've got Luke, who's an animator. Is that correct?
Yeah, motion designer.
Motion designer. See, posher name. And today we're talking about a few things. One is logos that didn't work, rebrands that didn't work, and that's our
So it's quite a big swipe or shite segment.
Yeah, it's big swipe or shite.
Yeah.
So logos that do work or not. There's a couple of others in there that we've prepared some, and I've got a couple for you, which aren't so much the logo as did the name really work. Where they renamed themselves. So they're
interesting.
So got a couple of those. Yeah. And following on from that, our hot take is all about genes. You can make up from that whatever you see, either blue genes or the ones that make up your DNA.
Oh.
Controversial.
Certainly controversial. Starting with logos and rebrands then.
Yes.
This is swipe or shite. Right, so swipe or shite. See, look, they're all getting excited. So, who can name a brand other than the ones we're going to discuss that either changed its name and it was a bad idea or a logo that didn't really work?
Jaguar.
I was literally just going to say that. Literally just going to say that.
Okay, so Jaguar, the pink and fluffy
Yes.
Jaguar rebrand. There is some that I have my own view of that. And funny enough, do you want to know that I actually predicted what they did? I actually predicted this. And I'm trying to find it and I will send it to you. But I predicted it in about 2020 that they were going to do this. That's how close it got, right? So, long story to get that. Any others?
Oh, I can't really think of one right now.
God.
No, sorry.
What do you mean, no, sorry?
I can't think of anything.
Well,
right
you
now.
can't think of another brand that's changed its name or whatever that was a bad idea.
Well, they all changed their logos, and they're all modelizing their logos, like
I mean,
Land
the
Rover
whole-
and things like that.
Like the whole Microsoft didn't really look the way it used to, and now it's all like the primary colours. It's like red, green, blue, like Google and everything.
Yeah.
They've all changed it to this symmetry type
Yeah,
stuff.
Microsoft has been a general malaise of boring.
Yeah.
And then probably the next one after that is probably, if you're going to go down that route, is Android,
Yeah.
which started off being a whole robot
It used to
and
be a
now is
robot.
only its head.
Yeah.
Um,
He used to walk around and everything.
yeah, he
that
used to walk
robot.
around.
With
He
the
used to be,
battery. He used to be
Used to do
cute.
stuff.
He used to look like a character out of, what's that Matt Groening cartoon?
Futurama. Or
Futurama, yeah.
Yeah.
Nerds. Sorry.
What?
I don't know.
You're way nerdier than
You're
that.
nerds.
Yeah, Futurama. It looks like a Futurama robot, but now it's only its head,
Yeah.
Sad.
which I don't think is necessarily a good thing.
It's been decapitated and everything. I can't even.
Decapitated. Is that even a word?
Decapitated.
Decapitated. Okay.
Decapitated.
Yeah, but what, they didn't leave its body. They left it only its head. I do actually think it would have been more fun if it'd just been his body walking around.
True. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. Any others?
Trying to think. Yeah.
Well, there is a few more, right? But the obvious ones, which I'll raise now, are in about 2000, so probably before most of you were born. When were you born?
To 1997.
1997. So you were like
Three.
three,
Yeah.
4. How old were you?
Not.
You were not.
Yeah.
You were nothing.
Okay.
I was -2.
So did you know that they rebranded Royal Mail?
Oh no, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Royal Mail. What did they call it?
I actually work for Royal Mail on Sundays.
What?
Yeah.
You just dropped some lore on us.
I know.
I don't
You should know this
this.
then.
As opposed to dropping a moron on us.
Yeah. God.
I didn't know that.
You know, what did you do at Roma?
I deliver parcels on Sundays.
Do you?
That is so random.
It's a bit
Yeah.
random.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You know, money makes money.
Yeah.
But anyway,
do.
so what did they call it?
What delivery service? UK
No,
delivery? I don't
no.
know.
No, they paid a lot of money for it as well.
Oh, okay. So what? It isn't
So
royal.
they changed it and changed it
So
back
they
again.
changed it to Consignia.
Ooh, that's very odd.
Ooh.
That sounds really like
It's-
Russian.
It's terrible, isn't it?
It must have
Yeah.
gone through like a new owner and then they.
No.
No.
This is when it was government owned. So this
Oh,
is
right.
in 2000, 2001. There was a real thing for renaming big corporate companies.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Trying to
So,
be
It's
like
kind of underwhelming.
Mark Zuckerberg, isn't it?
And it probably was triggered by Google being called Google. Everyone needed to come up with a new stupid name.
Hmm.
But it also was probably caused by the shortage of .com domain names, and also from a lot of people squatting on different people's actual domain names.
Yeah, like taking it for themselves.
But there's been many rebrands over the years. You've got British Gas, which
Hermes.
then they renamed Centrica. That's still called Centrica. That was done at the same time as Consignia. So even though British Gas still is used, Centrica is the corporate. You've got Google, who had Google as a perfectly good brand.
Hmm.
What are they called now?
They've changed Google.
Yes, so Google is not called Google.
Well, that's a bit
Google is
silly.
just the product. But
But-
Google was the company.
But it's like
Hmm.
some stupid corporate name.
It's called Alphabet.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
See, you're all totally confused by that.
Disgusted.
Yeah.
Right? And then there is other
Alphabet
examples
is
of that.
also what if you lease a BMW for your company in
Yeah,
Exeter,
BMW Financial Services renamed
Alphabet.
themselves Alphabet as well.
I wonder what it looks
I
like.
don't.
with
It's one of
company.
those weird. It's one of those weird things. And then most recently, which you've all forgotten, right? So PSA, which was Peugeot Citroën, which stood for Peugeot something.
Yeah, because they make all the vans that are all the exact same,
Right.
different badges.
Well, that's now called Stellantis.
Yeah.
Oh,
When they added Jeep and all those things together.
Yeah, because it isn't Stellantis? No.
So Stellantis own basically Alfa Romeo, Ferrari,
Oh, Maserati. and all that lot.
Vauxhall, Opel, Maserati, Jeep, Chrysler, Peugeot, Citroën, whatever.
Yeah.
Right. So basically, they have a deal with a Chinese company called Leap Motor, which they own part of.
Mhm.
So, but they renamed themselves an equally stupid name. Right? So you've still got Ford and General Motors and all of those, and then they take a perfectly good company and ruin it. So, and give it a stupid name that no one can actually spell, which is, I think, a failure of a brand name is when you can't spell it.
Yeah.
So you know when you're
Yeah.
on the phone, right? And you can feel yourself explaining how to spell your name,
Yeah.
right?
I have to do that in my last name.
Do that a lot. What is
With
your last
Horton.
name?
Yeah, people think it's like Houghty.
No, it's H-O-R.
R-T-O-N.
So H,
Yeah.
not H. Speak properly, man.
H.
Well, that's probably why they don't understand you, right?
What do you say? H.
Now I'm questioning myself of how I say H. H. H.
Say H.
No, because if you say
H.
H, people think you're on about the rapper.
Yeah, the rapper H. He's recently had a couple things going on with him recently.
But it is H.
H. Oh, so you're H. Whoa. No.
But there was also H who was in Steps as well, which also is a bit confusing because one's like a crazy rapper and the other one's just a really camp bloke.
Don't really
With
want to be
bad hair.
associated with either.
Interesting. Well,
So-
bad
so you
hair.
say
H also
H.
has bad hair.
It is H.
H.
Yeah.
H.
Not
H. I say H.
Where did H come? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. H.
No, it's
H.
H.
No one says H.
Everyone
It
says
says
H that speaks English properly, man. I apologise to everyone that's watching this that I have such uncouth.
Vote down below
employees.
what you actually say, because I don't think that's right.
It is right, absolutely. Do you say Z?
Huh.
Z, yeah.
No, that's
Z, no, I
America.
say Z actually. I say
That's
Z.
America.
That's his Z.
That's an
Well,
American.
you say Z unless you're on about like
Yeah.
a Nissan.
Z.
Well,
That sounds.
unless you're saying like names of things. So
Well,
like,
it's a 350Z.
yeah,
It
Yes,
sounds
it
better
is.
when you say Z.
yeah. No, there's an example that I've used before, and it's like everyone says Z at the end of it, but I can't remember it.
Well, you can-
Ignore that.
You can think about
You
that.
can cut
can't
that
you?
out.
Oh God.
So, and then the last one that immediately springs to mind for me is Norwich Union, which was the insurance company when it merged with 3 or 4 commercial and legal and general. I forget who they merged with, and they were called CGNU PLC, and then they changed it to Aviva, which Aviva is a shitty 60s car.
It is.
Vauxhall Viva,
Yeah.
but they
Well,
call it
that's-
Aviva.
I was gonna say it's different because there's a name in front of it.
Well, it sounds like Aviva
Yeah.
because that's what you would say if you saw Aviva. And famously, I think Roland Rat, if you don't know who Roland Rat is, he drove around in an Anglia or Aviva. I can't remember which, but I'm sure you'll comment below.
Is this a Volts Monster podcast or is this a SuperHub one? We've spoken a
James
lot about
got
cars.
confused.
No, but you brought cars up, but
I always wonder
so
why.
do we prefer Norwich Union, which sounds old and comforting, over Aviva? Because they kept pretty much the same logo, which was the cathedral in Norwich, and then they basically made the spire a blue spike.
I think
feel like the
Aviva's more
first-
catchy.
I like the first one because
more
it's
memorable.
British. It sounds British
Sounds
to me.
British, yeah.
Yeah.
And I love British culture. I
Sounds a
forgot
bit
the
more
word.
serious, like a law firm or something.
Yeah.
You
It
flying the
It
flags?
sounds
I don't even
like it's
know.
got depth to it,
Yeah.
which Aviva doesn't.
But that's probably what they do with insurance. They try and make them fun, don't they, with the meerkats and all that, and you go compare and things like that.
Yeah,
So that's what they're trying to do, I think, just trying to
I
make it
think
less
there's
of
none
it.
of that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we go on to what we've got. So the first one we've got, the first official one, is actually more to do with the logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's bought anything in Gap recently?
Not recently,
for
but I had a
a while.
whole range of Gap clothes growing up.
Yeah.
Like
And
that
then
was
you
like
stopped. Then you grew up, and then you stopped buying Gap clothes,
Yeah.
and it closed down. Basically, well, they pulled out of the UK. But anyway, everyone knew the Gap logo as a
Mm.
blue square with
Yeah.
Gap written on it,
Hmm.
and then they replaced it with this.
it looks like Apple somehow.
It looks like SAP, or it looks
Yes.
like a computer software.
I was gonna say it looks like
does.
Windows
Yeah.
Vista
Like
type
Windows.
of.
Like Adobe.
Yeah.
It also looks like someone did it on, like,
Canva.
Photoshop.
Canva.
Yeah.
Microsoft Paint.
MSP.
Whereas
or an
the-
AI logo generator, which generally produce the same shite over and
Well,
over and over
yeah.
again.
I just
Yeah.
don't get the square on the P.
Well,
Like,
that's because it originally had a blue square. They were obviously what they were doing was they were obviously transitioning.
we're gonna put the square next
So-
time they rebrand. It's gonna be like up here.
And it will have,
It's gonna be out there.
I now identify as a word rather than as a square.
That's so crazy. I don't like the lowercase either. Like, imagine
Yeah, that's
selling
weird, isn't
Gap
it?
clothes and then just making Gap lowercase. That's not a statement. That's embarrassing.
Well, you talk about the Jaguar thing. The Jaguar thing, they also went for weird uppercase and lowercase letters.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? 'Cause it was about it. Weird. I don't.
Does
really-
Gap stand for anything? 'Cause I don't actually know if it does.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. There's probably a joke in that. We should probably ask AI. Make a joke with what does Gap stand for when you ruin your logo.
But yeah, I loved the old one. That was good.
Well, it's just
Like the
iconic.
old-
I don't even know if it's good, really, but it's
Yeah,
iconic. So
just
you
like-
can't-
Yeah, it's
The funny
Fully
thing with Gap
traditional.
clothes is they've always been the same forever,
Mm.
yeah.
and they've never really moved with the times. There isn't a natural flow. So because I don't like them, and I didn't like them when I first saw them. I never go in there anyway, even though they don't have any shops in the UK. But they do still have they still have Gap shops in America.
Yeah.
You'll find a lot of
Mm.
Gap stuff in like TK Maxx.
Yeah, it's the
so-
kind of place where it'll end
yeah.
up.
And charity shops.
It is a
I think to get it more on the logo though, you could they could have just redone the logos in like just a different font for the Gap.
Yeah, but I think the Gap
It's just
logo lettering is probably quite iconic.
It looks
Yeah.
it looks fancy in some type
I
of
just
way.
think if you were going to change it though,
They've kind of
Then-
changed it because some marketing agency told them that they needed to change it.
Yeah, I did look into this, and basically they thought to change their logo
Would
to
make them more relevant.
fix their woes.
Yeah.
So that's
No.
literally the phrase that they
If you're a
use.
shop selling stuff and you
Mm.
have woes, it's the product in your shop,
not the
not
logo.
your logo. Generally, there are some exceptions to that. Like if you had raging paedophile as your logo, then you might have a problem selling your clothes. But actually, they
Yeah.
probably sell quite well. But
Hmm.
you know, if you're talking about Gap's problem is because they just didn't move with the times, and you
Yeah.
see the
Yeah.
same thing in some degree with brands, clothing brands like say Superdry.
Yes. Oh my
don't
gosh.
really
I
like
went in there
Superdry
the other
stuff.
day and I was looking for a skirt. And yes, they do skirts, but they're these denim belts. And I was like, what's the point of buying that?
Yeah.
But I was just, and Gap does the same. They do skirts, but they're like short as hell.
Mm.
Who's gonna buy that?
But that's because girls your age seem to like having their arse hanging out below
well,
their.
yeah, but like in a way that they
I-
weren't
I-
stylish.
That's not me commenting on girls your age
No, but
either. That
No,
just
but
it's just what I have a 17-year-old son, and
I can
his
agree. Yeah,
when he invites his friends round, it's a bit weird.
they
It's like, did your
Yeah.
parents let you out in that?
Mm.
God, my mum would slap me. Well, no, it's more just they're not catering to everyone. If they're trying to go down to the kids, aim a little bit higher as well towards the people who actually want to wear other things.
Yeah, I get
Other
that.
variations of skirts. So super dry, I mortified. I was like, it looks nice, but I can't wear that.
to be fair though, that's kind of the same when I went into Superdry, not looking for a skirt, but like all the shirts and stuff like that were all, I don't know, they're all the same style.
Mm.
So it's like they kind of have one point in the market where people go, I want that shirt, I'm gonna go Superdry. But then they don't do anything else. So it's like you go in there and you're like, oh, there's so much stuff, but there's like no choice.
That's exactly
If that makes any
that's
sense.
exactly how I was with the skirts. Like
There's so much stuff in there, but there's no real choice.
yeah, that it's this
Oh, it's
one
all the same.
item
My
in
big
different
criticism
colours.
of Superdry always is they have the most irritating labels.
Oh.
The ones that like the thread.
They're like sewed on and then they scratch. They're like itchy, scratchy
Oh.
labels. Are horrible.
Oh, I hate. Yeah.
My mum used to cut them out for me. Actually, that makes
This is quite a big tangent.
It is a big
Sorry.
tangent. But basically,
Well
as
done.
going back, if Gap's got a problem with its with woes, it's because of what's in it, not because of the logo. I think the
No.
logo is actually so iconic. It's fine.
They've done something to create a hustle around. Oh my god, they've changed the logo, which now people are gonna look at Gap.
It's
but
about
other than
clothing.
that-
Unless
My
it-
view of
unless-
clothing is all about relevancy, isn't it?
Unless they never actually changed it, they just went, here's our new logo, and then got everyone to speak about it and went, yeah, no, we're keeping the old one.
Is this
Well,
recent?
Well, there
They
is
changed?
there is a very good argument in marketing to do that. Is sometimes create a drama around something because it's free.
Yeah.
Because you have everyone talking about it because everyone will be so horrified.
Yeah.
So in the social media generation, it's not actually a terrible strategy, and that
Yeah.
might have been part of their look. We'll put it out there. If no one likes it, well, we'll get a load of publicity for it.
Mm.
When did they change it? Recently?
6 days ago, I think.
Oh, really?
No,
No.
no.
was it
No,
not
they
6 days
changed
ago?
it back 6 days later.
Oh, they
I think
changed
is the story.
6 days. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, so it's back to the old one now.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
Oh.
it never got to that one. They just
No.
announced that's what it was going to
And then
be.
they
and
got
then-
the public.
And then less than a week later, they were like, yeah, no.
yeah. Let's
Well,
not
that's
do that.
good. That's a good thing, though.
It's like, yeah.
The
that's-
Should we
power
move
of-
on to the next one?
Let's
Yeah.
move on to the next one.
Back on Pepsi.
So
Pepsi number 2.
Pepsi has changed its logo a few times actually, but it always remains broadly the same. It still has the same elements, all the rest of it. When they changed it kind of back closer to their original logo, it's just a bit dull, isn't it?
What, the Pepsi logo on the right?
Yes.
Because I think it's quite nice. I think it. I don't know. It
It's
just
similar.
works well.
It's simpler than the one on the left, but
Yeah.
that is the one on the left is a classic 2000s logo where everyone had to have an icon with a word.
Yeah, it looks a bit weird.
Yeah.
The more you look at it, you know them words when you look at it, the more you look at it, you can't actually read it properly anymore. So I'm staring at
I
that.
don't have that
I
problem.
can't even read it. It's like it doesn't look right to me. You don't get that? I get that. Maybe I'm dyslexic.
Do you get that?
No,
Is she just talking rubbish?
Oh.
it's like the last podcast.
Oh.
Come on, Marianne.
I can't read anymore.
I can't read anymore. You need new glasses.
Huh? These are new glasses.
But look, in simple terms, it works. It does what it says on the tin. I bet if you ask their marketing agency, the hardened circle is all about the edge of the top of a tin. You know, as if you were looking down on it.
Well,
I bet that's how they sold it in. But Pepsi make loads of versions of Pepsi, which I now no longer drink because they've taken all the sugar out and put sweeteners in.
yes.
And I refuse to drink sweeteners.
Sweeteners are kind of bitter.
Yeah, because they're just horrible and bitter.
Yeah.
So you can still get full fat Pepsi in America though, but it has even more sugar in it than we had.
Yeah.
It probably has like some sort of dye in it that'll kill you or
Probably
change
a bit
your
illegal
DNA.
over here.
No, that's the sweeteners.
So, but
Yeah,
I think in America, my son told me that the full fat version, which is slightly bigger, has either 36 or 38 grams of sugar in it.
That's a
Whoa.
lot.
It's a lot.
That's a lot.
It was crazy when you see those weight loss programs and they show you how much sugar's in the drinks, don't they? They
Oh
pour it
yeah,
all
they
out on the
put it in like
table,
this big tube
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
they'll pour it and you're like,
and you're like,
what the
"Fucking hell."
hell?
What? I don't usually drink fizzy drinks though, but
Are you in weight loss program?
no, I just yeah, I need to get even skinnier. No, I just don't really like drink them.
I
Do you
love
drink
fizzy
anything?
drinks.
Water and
Water
coffee
and coffee.
and alcohol.
I love the way he goes.
Forego
And
sugar all week to just have 2 bottles of wine at the end
Yeah,
of the week. Which
I
is
don't
worse
drink
than
anything
you.
all week, but I have 18 bottles of wine on a Friday.
Yeah, I'm better. I'm healthier.
Yeah, but I'm much healthier
You've, like,
because I didn't
gained it back.
consume any sugar or sweetener all week.
Aside from the fact that a bottle of wine is like over 1,000 calories or something, isn't it?
Yeah, must be. Nah, I like my Fanta with or something sometimes, but just don't really drink Pepsi. often.
Fanta?
Yeah.
Do you prefer Fanta to Tango?
Yes.
That's one of those things.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think I do. Yeah.
And do you know the history of Fanta?
No.
Invented by the Nazis.
The Nazis.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Might as well have myself.
Basically,
now.
they couldn't get Coca-Cola, so they invented their own drink, which happened to be Fanta.
Fucking
I like
Nazis.
carbonated orange drink.
But you didn't know that.
I like Tango
Shout
then.
out to them, they made a great drink. No, that's getting cut.
We're quoting that.
You'd be first on that list.
But yeah, it's a true story.
Yeah.
So they couldn't get Coke, so they invented their own, which was orange.
Fair.
It wasn't even a similar drink.
It's just carbonated.
Yeah.
So do we like their
um,
logo?
So do we like, on a scale of 1 to 10, do we like? It's not that contentious an upgrade in my view.
I like it. It literally it seems to be just correct. Like they made it and everyone was like, yeah, good job.
Yeah, it's
You
like
know,
classic.
it's
It's
just done what it needed to. No
They got rid
fuss.
of the
Keep it
light
like
and blue,
that
didn't
now.
they? They got rid of the light and blue in the other one.
Because there is this whole ongoing drama at the moment about Cracker Barrel in America. I hope you reckon you probably heard about it. About the fact that they simplified their logo and everyone went spastic. Cracker Barrel is basically a restaurant that sells stuff. Food.
Well, we're going to look at a logo in a minute after this one that did simplify it and everyone hated it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Do you want to move
Should we
on?
move on?
I
Move
like
on.
the logo anyway.
Oh dear.
So
Did they ever
Oh.
go?
obviously
in the
on the left
stores?
we have the old Tropicana boxes.
You zoom in, yeah.
Well, that's the one I remember. Is it still not the same?
Well, yeah, they reverted.
Oh,
So
did they? Oh,
it's,
okay.
So
I
how-
don't. So
When did this happen?
I actually don't know because
I
I've
have
never
to
seen
confess,
I don't even remember
Right.
buying it.
I don't drink orange juice because I'm not allergic to it, but it gives me really bad headaches.
Oh,
Oranges and orange juice. So
probably a lot
I
of
recognise
acidity.
the brand. The one on the right looks like something from a supermarket.
Look like Tesco home brand.
It just looks like Tesco home
it.
brand.
That's
Yeah.
probably
Or
why
Aldi home
they.
brand.
So that's probably why they lost so much money in sales. Because, like, for example, I used to work at Sainsbury's, and when you used to, that was actually one of the sections that I always did. So you'd always stack it, and it was quite obvious. Like the home brands were very basic, boring
yeah,
packaging.
they'd just be there.
And yet, then the Tropicanas were always, up on the shelf.
But that's
and
where
they
Aldi
had
and
the-
Lidl, their home brands look similar to those because they put them next to them.
Yeah,
And
It's meant to look-
they'll
yeah.
call it Caribbean or something, and it will be exactly the same font,
Yeah.
but called something similar.
but I guess what I'm saying is that when they've updated it to that one, that looks way too close to like a Sainsbury's basic brand or something. So
You
people,
just-
people
yeah.
were looking for the orange with the big bold Tropicana going across the front, and because people are quite thick in supermarkets.
No, they're not thick, but people get very like when you're in a supermarket. When I'm in a supermarket, and this is probably true of most people, is I don't want to be there. So
I don't know. Have you seen some people shopping?
Oh,
They're
you
in
should
there
see
for
me.
hours.
But
I'm
I
in there
don't-
for 2 hours at
well,
least.
okay, so most normal people don't want to be there, right? So I want to. I like the familiarity of things I recognise
Yeah.
because it means I can get round quicker. The thing that's really annoys me in supermarkets now is actually eggs, because they used to be in sizes. So there was
Mm.
basically 3, 4, 5, whatever. Right now they're in small, medium, and large. And medium is everything in the middle. So when you're trying to make anything, like, so if you're trying to make boiled eggs, it makes making boiled eggs a million times more difficult because the eggs aren't all the same size. I find that really irritating. But what they've also done is they don't make it obvious on the packet. So you pick it up and you go, oh, fuck, they're large. And so you put them back. And then you pick up what you think is a medium, and there'll be like hens that are like kept in jails or something. And you go, I don't want those. And you
Wire
put that-
chickens.
Yeah, they're abused chickens or something.
On the
Yeah.
topic of eggs, though, there's so many different types of ones as well. Because you get the ones that are free range, but they've still been fed. Like there's a difference between ones that are grass fed and then ones that are like fed corn and stuff like that. Because the ones that
Well,
are grass fed are
there
better
is
for you.
sometimes
So there's
the-
like so many different types.
There
of
is
eggs.
also some of the optimistic marketing expressions on things. So it'll have hens that are kept in large, airy barns. Well, that means they're
In a barn.
inside
Yeah,
and
not-
crammed in. It doesn't say, like, it'll be their large, airy barn that we put 4 million chickens in, right?
That's exact. I always have
Yeah.
this conversation.
So
with
they talk
people.
about the size of the barn overall rather than relative to how many chickens were in there.
Yeah.
Like if there was 4 chickens living in a large airy barn, like if there was 4 chickens living in our studio, they would be quite happy
yeah.
because
Yeah,
it's a reasonable size. They could perch on you, or
Yeah.
right?
Lovely.
They would be broadly happy, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
But the size of the barn is not the important bit. It's how like. So I want the chickens to be happy, and then you get you'll get a branding which is like happy eggs, and then you read on it
Happy eggs. Yeah.
from caged hens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why
Literally.
the freaking hell would they be happy?
No,
Right?
exactly.
What have they done with them? So you've put them in a cage, and then made them shit out eggs relentlessly.
Yeah, I refuse to buy wire chicken eggs.
But
So
the-
I always read it because the quality is actually off. The egg yolk is like a pale yellow.
Yeah.
And then it's like also I'm contributing to like animal cruelty.
No, exactly.
I don't want to do that.
Did you know, like those golden, the golden
Golden
yolks,
yolks,
whatever they
yeah.
are? Apparently, they actually feed them paprika, so that it makes them that color. So it's not actually that they're
It doesn't
happier.
surprise me.
So yeah, I heard
Well,
that recently.
But this is what I
You
mean. Like,
have
so,
heard the expression "you are what you eat," right? You've probably heard that.
Yeah.
So the chicken is clearly what it ate. So if you feed chickens rubbish,
but that's why grass fed, or sorry, that's where free range isn't always, because everyone just goes, oh, free range, yeah, that's fine.
Mm.
But as I said, they can still have been eating shit
do you know the most
and
brilliant,
not been eating.
the most brilliant farm I ever went to was a farm, and I can't remember why we were there, but I'd never come across it before, and it was called regenerative farming. This is slightly off topic, right? But what they did was they had cows, chickens, and something else. I think it was pigs. Can't remember, right? And they did arable as well. So what they did was, I can't remember, I'm going to get this wrong way round, but broadly along this line. So basically what they would do is they'd put the chickens in a field, and the chickens would run around, crap in the field, which put nitrogen into the grass,
Mhm.
and then they would leave them there for a couple of weeks, and then they would move them on, and then they would rest the ground for like a week, and then the cows would come in, and it would the grass would grow mentally because it had all this nitrogen from the chickens, right? And then the cows would come in, eat the grass, shit all over the grass. Then the grass would grow really well. And then what they would do, but the grass was mixed with something, I can't remember, some kind of crop. And then they'd put the third animal into there, which I think was a pig. And the pigs would eat all of the weeds and all of the stuff that was in the field, right? And then what they would do is they'd then like till the field or whatever with a like a tractor and something,
Mhm.
and then they'd replant a crop, right? And then before they, whilst the crop was growing, they'd put the chickens back in with the crop, and then what the chickens would do is eat all the bugs, so they never sprayed it with.
Yeah, I've
Thing.
heard about that. Yeah.
Right? And
I'm pretty
so
sure a field near me where I used to live did that.
right, so
New-
that's kind of what they did.
Yeah.
And then when they took the crop out of the field, I think they put the pigs back in the field. I can't remember,
Doesn't
right?
it
But
save loads of money on like chemicals
it saved
and all
it.
that?
Like
yeah.
they weren't organic, but they
Mm.
saved tons and tons of money. But
Yeah.
the egg, they gave me some of the eggs, and the eggs were absolutely amazing.
Really?
Yeah,
Mm.
and it was just one of those things. You know, when you look at it and you go, shouldn't all farms do this?
Yeah.
There's probably some reason why it doesn't work all across the board, but it was,
Mm.
you know, when you just have one of those sort of, that makes total sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
do it from now on.
Yeah,
why can't you do
why
it?
does no one do this?
Yeah, you got to be super smart probably to.
Look, I
organise
don't
it,
know. I don't know. But it was fascinating to watch it,
Yeah.
and they took me around to each of the fields, and I was really blown away. 'Cause I thought that's a really,
Yeah.
you know, because the cows were half the cows were beef and half of them were dairy. So, but the milk was really good, and the milk was fresh, and all the rest of it. And it was just a really interesting way of doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I bet that's just how they did it back in the day, though. Like that's probably just
Probably.
yeah.
All the chemicals.
I did.
Yeah.
I did once know a sheep farmer,
Mm.
and he had what he called a medicine field. So he had a field that he only grew herbs and wildflowers and stuff, right, in this one field. And if he got a sheep that was lame or unwell, he put
Mm.
them in the herb field, and they would
Ooh,
only eat the bits that made them better.
That is so clever.
And he said he hardly ever called the vet out because they would get well within a few days. And look,
Damn. It's in their blood.
There you go. Nature has the answers.
so,
Sounding very hippie right now.
no, but it was fascinating. I was
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool. But the field was really pretty because it was full of like wildflowers and
Yeah.
stuff.
Mm.
I didn't know
And
you
he
were
just
so
had a
in
couple of,
touch with nature. I didn't know you were
Yeah.
so in touch with nature.
But anyway, Tropicana, do we like it? Do we?
Well,
Oh,
I'm
no.
not surprised it failed. is
No, well,
No.
it doesn't even look anywhere similar. So as we were saying, you walk past it in a supermarket. If you're just quickly glancing, oh, where's Tropicana?
it's not here.
no
let me
idea.
pick
Oh,
We'll
well,
it
they
go
up.
haven't got it.
Tesco's.
I will buy Dolmio or whatever the
Yeah.
other brand of
Oh, Dolmy is so bad.
what's the other brand of fruit
Don
juice?
Simon, isn't it?
I don't know.
Don-
Dolmio, that's pasta sauce.
That is
Yeah.
pasta sauce. The Don Simon, whatever.
Isn't it
Yeah,
the man
they
from
do
Del
the-
Monte?
Uh,
He said yes. Sorry.
What the hell?
I only know Tropicana or like the own brands. I don't know what.
I only pick the cheapest one.
Anyway, I think there is one called Del Monte, and
Yeah.
whether they still exist or not. They used to have an advert where the man from Del Monte, they'd give him a glass and he'd go, and everyone would be like, and he'd drink it, and everyone would be like, and he'd go, yeah. And everyone would go, the man from Del Monte, he said yes.
Yeah.
He was Spanish, obviously.
Yeah.
I
I think I
or
actually
Korean
know
or
what you're
something.
talking
I
about.
don't know. So that was a terrible Spanish impression. We'll probably get lots of complaints.
Just
So
put, like,
if
a
you want to
voiceover.
complain about it, obviously
Yeah.
put it in the messaging below, and we'll laugh. Next one.
But yeah, that sucks. It looks too basic.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
I
terrible
remember
logo.
I remember these years. Like,
Are you old enough to remember 2012?
Yeah,
Yes.
I was born in 2005.
Worse than that? Do you remember the character they built for it?
Was it a lion?
No. This is the mascots.
Got you.
See, you remember them because they were so shit.
They look like the
Yeah.
Colgate guys.
They look like a cross between a Colgate character, as you
Yeah.
say, and a what were those idiots that used to dress up in motorcycle gear and fight creatures from
Oh,
space?
Power Ranger.
Power Rangers. They
Oh,
look
Power
like
Rangers.
they look like a Power Ranger was eaten by Colgate.
Yeah, you're right.
Am I wrong?
No, you're correct.
So they did various ones of them. I can't remember what they were called. They were called like Thicky and Stupid or something. They they might have been called Benny and Wenlock or something. Oh, here you go. Wenlock and Mandeville. The funny thing is Stoke Mandeville is a hospital for people with spinal injuries,
Oh my god.
which I don't really understand in the Olympics.
No.
But yeah, so they did have other versions of it. They did have them dressed as weirdly as a soldier and a policeman.
Yeah.
If policemen today aren't weird looking enough as it is,
You know, like CBBS or
I think
CBBC.
I think they also had one in a. Oh, they also had a lady policeman, which looked different because obviously back then, lady policemen looked different. Now they just look like militia members. But anyway, they had various ones. I'm sure they also had one in a like a bowler hat, like because obviously we've been wearing bowler hats till recently.
Since you have kids, do you ever remember the numbers or like the spoon or something that would talk on like CBBS or
Yes,
CBBC?
I do. I do.
And they
remember
had
them.
these like weird eyes and mouth, and
Yeah.
they'd be really creepy. That actually just fully reminds me
Yeah.
of them.
And that was closely followed by the logo.
What is that? I don't
I just-
understand the logo. I get that it's meant to say 2012, but what
Oh.
kind of
I didn't even notice that till now.
what? I don't know
Oh, yeah.
what's the other reason for the shapes.
Probably because it looked like cool, like cool Britannia graffiti.
I remember them giving us wristbands, and I just looked at it.
But it's also the slightly strange pink colour and the weird yellow glow, which sort of looks like it's leaking from the colour.
It's just a bit of a weird logo.
There were many things I didn't like about it, but Boris took it on. He waved a flag with it on, I believe.
Good
Big
old
up,
BJ.
Boris.
A good old Boris Johnson. But the Queen did skydive into that Olympics.
Yes.
What?
The Queen skydived into that Olympics.
Did you not watch the opening ceremony?
I don't remember it. I don't remember half my life
Oh.
back then.
Obviously, the Olympic ceremony was devised by Danny Boyle, which is, and he was then given a knighthood for which he refused
Why?
because he's a mad Irishman, and mad Irishmen don't like things like that.
Fair
He
enough.
directed Trainspotting, didn't
He
he?
did. The similarity is similar, isn't it?
I wonder if, like, I've never heard anyone decline knighthood.
Loads of people decline them. Like Bob Geldof probably declined it.
What's the point in
He's a
that?
twat, isn't he?
Yeah, but if he's Irish, then that
I think he is
makes
Irish.
sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's against your own
Well, yeah, because everything that happened.
Culture?
It's an honorary title.
Yeah.
In the same way that, like,
It's a bit ungrateful, though, isn't it?
isn't it? Yeah, but it's in the same way that,
Yeah.
like, Cillian Murphy, when he was on the red carpet, and like I forgot one of the one of the royal family members went up to him, was shaking everyone's hands, and he just kind of stood there with his hands in his pockets. Like, he was polite, but he was like, "I'm not shaking your hand."
But that's impolite in
That's
itself.
rude.
That's just rude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Irish won't view that way, though.
Yeah,
They
Anyway,
hate the English,
let's-
don't they?
Standing
Um,
for
well,
themselves.
After all the things we
After
do
what
for
they've
them,
done.
you know they don't have an air force, so we actually have an agreement to look after them if they're attacked. You know?
No, I didn't know that. It is a small little area, to be fair, compared to the UK.
Well, it's not that small. There's plenty of them.
We've done a lot though, haven't we, to countries like
We've done a lot
Scotland.
to other countries.
It all comes down to the fact that
Braveheart and
over a
that.
few potatoes, by all accounts. But anyway, let's
Yeah.
not get into that.
Hmm.
Obviously, if you're Irish, comment below.
Whoopsie.
I do have some
I've-
Scottish people that work for me that basically pretend to be Irish.
I think if you have an Irish accent there, it's like one of the best, like, how do I put it? If people are gonna fuck with somebody, if you open your mouth with an Irish accent, they'll go, "Okay, not gonna fuck with you."
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of a thing.
Mm.
Yeah, maybe.
That's why all the kids there though think they're really hard, don't they? Though?
Do they?
With their slick
Oh, I
back
think
and
Dublin
like
and stuff.
I think we're
tracksuits.
slightly
Yeah.
off topic here from marketing
Yeah, we are.
into
but-
stereotypes.
Well, I mean, I've just
I
things you
think
see
it's time
online.
to move on from.
Yes.
before
What's
we
after
get
this?
Anyway, the London.
Do we
2012
like it
logo.
or not? To be honest, it's terrible.
If there's no meaning behind why it's geometric-y shape, kind of like that, other than I know it says
giving-
2012, but other than that, then it's terrible.
It's like
So I don't.
Porygon from Pokemon. If you know what that is.
No, I
And,
have
and,
no
the,
idea.
and the
Geometric.
Olympic logo
Do you
is
think
just
I know
slapped
what
there.
Pokemon is?
Yeah, probably. You have
Okay.
kids. you have
Yeah,
boy
you
kids. so
definitely
like-
know what
I,
Pokemon.
I know what it is, but I don't know the detail.
There you go.
It's weird anyway, whatever it is.
What do you think of the
I
logo?
agree. What?
With your artistic eye,
It's all right. I mean, I like the fact that it says 2012. I didn't actually notice, but I didn't notice it until you said that.
It's
So
just a
it
square
needs
in
to
the
be-
middle throws you off a bit.
Yeah,
No,
like
'cause
why
that's
is
the,
there?
that's the two. That's the
Yeah, that shouldn't be that. Like, it should
Silly.
be.
because the two twos are different.
Yeah, it should
In
be the
effect.
same, shouldn't
It does. I just want to point this out to you, and then you'll see this,
they?
right?
Yeah.
Does this not look like the UK, and that looks like
Europe.
Europe and Russia,
That does.
and that looks like Italy, and that looks like France,
Mm.
and Africa? If you applied it over a map,
You've literally just blown my mind. That's crazy.
with Switzerland in the middle, where the IOC is based. I think they're in Switzerland.
It's a bit close together, but I see
It
the
is, but
vision.
you see what I mean?
It's like an abstract
Now
you can-
I've said that, you can vaguely see it. can't you?
cubist,
It is,
cubist
yeah.
map.
Weird
It's
map.
low
weird.
poly
Yeah,
version of
low
the
poly
map.
map.
So on that note, I think it's time to move on to today's hot take.
Yes.
Ciao.
Enjoy.
So today's hot take is everything. The thing that people have been talking about the most in probably America in marketing recently, which is Sydney Sweeney wore a pair of jeans for American Eagle. It wasn't so much her wearing a pair of jeans; it was more the tagline. So maybe this is where we watch the video. If you're listening on the podcast, Google Sydney Sweeney American Eagle jeans advert, and you will find it. So
All right, let's give it a watch.
Take it away.
Mostly.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color.
Her voice.
My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has great genes.
right. So basically, she's lying down, doing up her jeans, which are obviously a bit big for her, saying that they're passed down from her family.
Mm.
Because jeans are, my son tries to wear my jeans all the time, even though he's about a foot shorter than me. And of course, the tagline is Sydney Sweeney has great genes. But the backlash, do we know what the backlash is?
Eugenics. People think it's about eugenics.
Oh, of course. That's
That's
a
it.
complicated
literally
way of saying they've prioritised the white girl and
Yeah.
claimed that her genes are better.
Mm.
Yeah.
Which-
But she's. I think someone was talking about how like she has blonde hair, blue eyes, somehow it correlated to something. I don't know.
I think that's totally overthinking it.
Yeah.
But
It
there
is,
has
because
been a
it
lot
is
of
a-
abuse, and it is almost entirely dominated by African American women and some Asian women in America who are like claiming that she's being racist, that American
Yeah.
jeans are racist.
I do feel really, really sorry for Sydney Sweeney because the backlash isn't on the company; it's on her.
Yeah, it is on
And
her
it's
personally.
like, but the people who made this is American. They hired her.
Yeah, they
I
paid her
know she
$5
can
million.
say-
They paid $5 million for her or
Yeah.
something.
I know she can say no, but who's gonna?
Well, I don't think
know,
it. I think
I
it's
don't
easy
think it's
to
that
be.
problematic.
No.
Yeah, but you're white and ginger.
How will
Yeah,
it
so I've got bad
affect you?
genes because I'm ginger.
What color are your jeans?
if a
Why don't- here's
a
something.
perfect male was
We
stood
will-
there and
we
then
will
that
add to
advertised
this
something,
we'll
I
add
would
to
go,
the
alright,
pod-
yeah.
Why don't we add to the podcast? Why don't we do the antidote to it with you? Right.
My jeans
So
are
we
blue.
remake that advert and we go, Cameron Horton's got bad genes, right? And see what happens. But fundamentally, look, everyone is going to say about this. Well, I'm just going to put this out there. In today's world, they're going to say you're a white middle-aged bloke commenting about a white girl in jeans, and all of those lefty twats that are out there, like everyone who's in the Labour Party or anyone like that, will go, "Oh, you don't know what it's like to be black because you have white privilege, whatever the fuck that is," right?
Yeah.
The question is, Marianne, you're
Half Filipino.
well, partly Filipino or
Yeah.
whatever you are, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't give a toss. Absolutely couldn't give a toss. Like, you're half,
Chinese, quarter Chinese.
you're a quarter Chinese.
Yeah.
Fundamentally, I don't give a toss.
No, it's not.
No,
it's not
you've
about
never
that,
treated
is
me
it?
any
It's like-
different
No.
Be- to
Like,
anyone else
I
in the
don't-
room. I don't care.
You're ginger and you give the top.
I saw
Yeah,
that
great.
from a mile away.
Rightly so.
Yeah.
But he couldn't bring himself to say it. What does that say? Okay?
Oh my god.
But in all seriousness,
So-
I really couldn't give a shit.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's like, but there's almost this part of me, like, I hate this. Like, it's for me, and we have a brand which is hold the bullshit. We don't bullshit.
Mm.
The reality is whatever is in your ethnic mix. Like, so for example, right, my ethnic mix is part Scandinavian, right?
Hmm.
What? Am I going to complain at every reference to a fucking Viking? Is that
Yeah.
what we're going to say?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Right?
also think people also like this whole ideology of white. Like there are so many cultures under white that people kind of miss. Like it's like it doesn't.
Yeah, the
we all-
Belgians who don't do any work and are very lazy. They have like 49 holidays a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I care about that, you know?
Yeah.
But fundamentally, I really could not give a shit.
Mm.
But
I think the problem with this advert is that people have genuinely, on purpose, kind of put it on its head to
Yeah.
mean something it hasn't meant. Because if you
Yeah.
look at
Mm.
that, what it actually says is, it's obviously it's a pun, it's a play on words, it's
Yeah.
jeans, but she says, oh yeah, my genes are this, and this.
But
They
they're
were
talking
passed
about-
down from my parents, which she is blonde, she has got blue eyes.
and her
That is
parents
her
are probably
genes.
Yeah,
It could
her-
be anyone. It
but-
could be
But
something like. Could
nowhere
be
in
a
that advert,
brown-haired girl.
does it say those genes are better than other people's.
No, it doesn't.
But what it says is, she says, "Oh, that these are what I
Just says
inherited."
she has good ones.
But then she,
doesn't
no,
say
no,
they're
no,
the
it doesn't
best
even.
either.
No, it doesn't even say they're good.
It says
It
great
doesn't say they're
genes.
good.
No, it
Yeah,
says
yeah,
great
but that's
genes.
different. That's a different message.
No, it's
Because
not the
where
same.
she's
What
talking
she's-
about
what
the
they're not
where
saying-
she's talking about the genetic genes, yeah,
She's not saying they're
then
better.
no, she's just stating the fact that my
Absolutely.
genetics are this.
Yeah.
But then what happens is then she goes, but my genes. So she says her parents passed down those genes, but her genes are blue. So then she's talking about the jeans she's wearing. So it's not even actually comparable to how she looks being better than anybody else.
But they will
It's
throw
a
it at
different-
you that
it's a different section.
you're a white male commenting about and defending it.
So
Is what will be
They
the...
don't even say that it's jeans either. It's just jeans, but
I
it's just
will-
implied that it's jeans.
I will say,
Mm.
as a female, I'm a little bit disappointed. So let's take Sydney Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney, she was in a show called Euphoria. She was great there. She was meant to be this like teenager girl with like a bad background and everything. But Sydney Sweeney as a person, it's a shame that they sexualized her in such a way to the point that there's also, it's not backlash
But
for the
doesn't she
jeans.
do modelling?
She does that to herself, so it's like, and I think people have taken it too far, saying like she's sexualized herself, like she's sitting there buttoning up her jeans, and it's like it's to the male gaze, and it's like they've hired her to do this.
Yeah.
She does modeling.
But
She's
like-
pretty,
But
obviously.
American Eagle are not the only brand that have done this,
No.
right?
No.
So if you look at every brand on earth, apart from people like Simple,
Yeah.
who are retardedly simple, right? Because what they do is they go, oh, we can't possibly show an attractive person. So what we'll do is we'll get big people, ginger people, and put them all in an advert.
Yeah.
Like, that is representative.
Look.
Maybe it is representative. Maybe it isn't representative. I don't know what the numbers are, but what they don't do is they don't fundamentally look at the purpose of marketing. Marketing, the whole point of marketing is to make products be aspirational. Everyone should aspire to be better or do something or whatever. And advertising should make you feel good, right? The problem is that it's been hijacked by a kind of woke agenda, right? Which then says, well, the prime example is let's say, right? Let's reverse that. Let's say we had some black model. I don't know any models. One of you might suggest one, right? But let's say Naomi Campbell back in the day, right? Use her as an example. Let's say they put it and they went, Naomi Campbell has good genes. Do you think all of the white people in the world would be going, that's racist?
No. What would happen is is that, for argument's sake, is that person skinny? I don't know who you're on about.
They
she
go
was quite
down.
skinny.
They'll go down
So what would
every
happen is
route.
She was a 6 foot
what
tall
you'd have
black
what you'd
girl.
have is, say that those two adverts ran side by side. You had Sydney Sweeney and then her doing that one. What you would have is you wouldn't have each other going, oh well, they're being offensive to them, and then they're being. You'd basically just have loads of overweight people going, well, that's offensive to us.
Yeah, exactly. So everyone wants to. The woke agenda is such that it wants to compartmentalize everyone into as if it's a problem. Like, I really couldn't care less if you were fat, thin, whatever, right? Really couldn't. But when it's blatantly, like Simple do in their advertising, where it's blatantly going, oh, we're so woke, we've got to have a transsexual and a big black woman and a whatever it might be, right? Those people might be representative, right? But it almost feels like, why don't you then put in a midget in it? A dwarf, whatever you call them now. What are they called now?
Yeah, you probably have to bleep them.
I don't actually know what
You're
the
not. I don't think you're
correct term is.
allowed to call
Just
them.
say
that.
5 variants
I
of
think
it,
it's
and I
just
think
person.
Elliot's going to edit this, so he
Yeah.
can bleep out everyone
Yeah.
that's offensive.
Little people.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I can't. I think I can't actually
I
remember what it is.
I struggle.
Hobbit.
Yeah, Hobbit. Whatever you want to vote.
Yeah, we're bleeping this whole
Warwick
thing.
Davies. Why isn't he in that advert? Right?
Yeah.
If you're so worried about offending groups of society, why don't you take it the full thing and
I hate
then
it.
have a person dressed as a rabbit?
I hate it. So,
Right.
So the thing is, though, I
It's
think the thing that I don't
unnecessary.
understand is that, and
But
I
it's a
don't
small
mean-
section of the. It's a small section of the world, but it's mostly people born after 2000
the
that
thing,
cause it.
I don't know how quite to say this. It always seems to be women that get offended by it, because I've never heard of a guy go, that Calvin Klein guy, he's really toned and stuff, and that's offensive to me. No guy has ever
Right,
said that. They
but
just
you-
go and buy a fucking pair of boxers.
Yeah,
because they don't care.
Most men don't care unless they're left wing. So if you listen to, so if you went on GB News, for example, and they have their balance thing, so they'll have someone who from the right and someone from the left. The left people will often argue till they're blue in the face that that's wrong. Right?
Yeah.
Like, am I offended that David Beckham, for example, might look buff? Right? I don't look buff, principally because I cannot actually be bothered. Right? It's never hindered me in my life.
What?
You were just like, I don't look buff because I can't be bothered, and Luke just literally went.
Did I?
Like, you did a full sweep.
Oh.
You checked me out, love.
Line of trajectory.
Sort that out later, darling. Right?
Sorry for calling you out. It's just hilarious.
But it's
Just checking. I was
like I wouldn't go running because if you need to get somewhere fast, buy a fucking car. Isn't that what they're for?
Don't go on a walk. Take a car. Don't go to run. Take a car.
Right? But you know, we're in this sort of stupid world. But I'm not offended by that. I'm not really offended by
I
anything.
don't go around going, I'm not going to buy that product because they didn't use any ginger models. I don't feel represented. I don't care. But
Yeah, it's
why?
just
Why do
crazy.
people care? I don't
think the
understand
difference is like, you know how you were talking
But
about.
a good example of this. So I once had a girlfriend who was Mongolian,
Okay.
right? And she was a model for Weller, right?
Nice.
Right? But the question is like she was employed by Weller for all their adverts in like Southeast Asia because she had long black hair in a particular style because they like their hair tends to be black and it tends
straight,
long,
yeah.
whatever, right? Well, they've just targeted their market, right? Do you think there's loads of people at that time running around Southeast Asia going, oh, well, I've got curly hair, so I'm not going to buy Weller products?
No, they'll just buy their curling products. I don't know what to say because Weller has curling products.
Right? So
Yeah.
it's a kind of a bizarre thing. Have you ever not bought a product because you've been offended by the marketing?
No, I don't get really offended.
I don't buy simple products mainly because I think they're crap. But
Simple as in the face cast.
yeah,
Oh, that's like my face wash. They're good. They don't have any harmful stuff in it.
don't they?
Well,
I don't think
doesn't
so.
make
I
my
don't like
skin break
simple.
out.
Anyway,
I don't know. Sorry, little rant.
you probably wouldn't buy a Jaguar because of their advert.
Princess.
I wouldn't buy it now.
Twinkle toes.
So fundamentally, the good thing for American Eagle is that everyone knows who they are now.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, I
It's
didn't
kind
know. I didn't know they existed really
Yeah,
until.
it's
It's
a
obviously
big American
It's obviously a
brand, but no
stand
one
against
really-
like
Yeah,
work.
like
work.
they do jeans much the same as
Gap
But yeah,
does.
their stock's risen due to that, isn't it? Like it's kind of like a stand against like the woke agenda.
yeah.
The thing as well is that it
'Cause-
says here that Sydney Sweeney had actually already worn American Eagle jeans. So
Yeah,
it's not.
she's
not
a
like,
model. She wears
yeah,
everything.
So it's not like
It's not like
it
they
was
picked
out of the
them.
blue, out of the
Yeah.
blue. It's like
It's like them hiring. Was it Ariana Grande for doing Dior? Like she is. I don't even know what her background is, but has she offended anyone? She's a singer.
Wasn't she on like Disney Channel or something?
Yeah, she was.
And then
Kat-
obviously someone tried
Kat
to blow her up,
Valentine.
and
Yeah.
since then she's got a bit skinnier. I believe is the
Yeah, I think it was someone called. Someone didn't really. Two actors didn't get along with each other because one was kind of jealous in her own right, and Ariana Grande kind of walked around and did whatever she wanted to, but she had the power to, and I don't know. Apparently, she got affected of it from a later time or something. I don't know.
Well, I'm glad you've narrowed that down.
Yeah.
But fundamentally, is anyone around in this room offended by her advert?
No.
Not really, no, because
Obviously, you're a. I don't
you
know.
are the most qualified to speak.
You are the
on
most
this.
qualified to speak
okay.
out. Being,
Well, I don't really. It says GEANS. J.
JEANS.
I can spell.
Not jeans as in
Jeans.
GEN.
No, It's not genetic genes, it's genes. Sydney
Yeah.
Sweeney has great
But,
genes.
but it is a play on words. It's a
It's a-
pun.
It's a play on
pun.
words.
It's a
but
joke.
as I said, the actual advert, it says these genes were passed on to me. My genes are blue. So it's saying that the play on words, but it's actually saying that she looks good because she's wearing American Eagle jeans, not because of the things that were passed down from her parents.
So
But
you
all I
think
can
it's
say-
unfair, the criticism?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, I do as well.
You do?
They just look. Yeah, I think they just look for anything.
I can't like. I,
to
I really like Sydney
make it
Sweeney as a
political, don't
person. I
they?
like her as an actor, and I don't believe she should be getting this criticism. I don't believe they should be getting criticism. I like the brand. I'm not
They
offended.
knew what they were doing by
like,
making the advert.
They
though.
knew that, but
Like they're
I
trying
think,
to.
yeah.
They're trying to like. Because
Yeah.
people say, "Oh, like the woke thing's over." That's what they're saying
Well, the
after
woke,
that advert.
yeah. Well, the woke thing is. I think people are much. I think
It's
people.
Like,
I think
people are
there
sick
is
of it,
a
aren't they?
backlash coming against a woke agenda.
Yeah.
And I think it's because people are just like, this is too far.
yeah,
Yeah.
they go.
You know,
they go too far. With
Like
that
there's
sometimes.
respecting someone's space or
Yeah. And,
you know,
and in
and
fairness,
then there is
You can be
and in
overly
fair-
tolerant. You know
in
what I mean?
fairness,
Yeah.
though, the fashion industry did need to change because there was a point when it was just complete and utter stick figure, very unhealthy
Yeah,
models. stuff
like
that.
Vogue.
And
Vogue
it-
like
is
very
terrible.
young models.
And it
Yeah.
that needed to change because
Yeah.
Yeah, I
like
agree.
you do need to have some like different representation and stuff like that, but you
But
don't
it-
need to sit
no,
there
what you
and tick
need-
every single box just for the
this is
sake
going
of
to
ticking
sound
boxes.
very contentious, right? When I say it needed normal people or
Yeah.
more normal sizes, the problem is there is an obesity crisis. So normal maybe has become bigger, but that isn't necessarily better.
No.
You know, like when I say normal, I mean like this size. If you did a body mass index thing, which I don't really agree with body mass.
No,
index,
like
but
apparently I'm overweight for my height, but obviously I'm fine.
obviously you're fine, right?
It's one of them things, you know.
But fundamentally, like when I say normal, I
Yeah.
mean proportionately
Yeah.
healthy.
Yeah, just healthy,
Right.
you know,
You know,
chilling.
like-
You're fine.
And I don't doubt that we will get a few comments about this conversation.
yeah, maybe.
But that's part of the reason for having it. It's
Mm.
about we shouldn't be afraid of having this conversation because it's being afraid of this which pushes that woke agenda. It's what pushes
Yeah.
marketing that is overly sensitive or overly, and it that then infects other things that you come into contact with.
Mm.
Like, so if you go on LinkedIn and it basically insists that you put in your pronouns, I really couldn't care less what you called me, right? I'm not that offended.
Well, in the
right?
Philippines, they call you sir, ma'am.
Yeah.
So they don't. There's no such thing. Genuinely, there is no such thing as gender. Like it just. Fuck it, sir, ma'am.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
it's one of them things which I never quite understood. You're
But-
you.
Yeah, you're you, right?
Yeah.
But that is the point.
Yeah.
And it's like too easy, I think, overall.
I do think there is one thing they could have done different just to kind of soften it, and that would have been to run 2 adverts potentially at the same time, one with Sydney Sweeney and then one with potentially somebody else.
Yeah, but then you walk into, so it goes back to what I was saying. So let's say they did someone else who was, let's call them brown, right?
Mm.
So I
Can't
shade.
say that.
I don't know if you.
Well,
yeah, I don't
the
know what
problem
words
is
you could
we
say.
end up in a. We end up no,
blacks.
but well, no, I know about
Maybe
black,
like
but
I
I'm-
don't know, maybe
when-
Asian.
but yeah,
you know,
when I
different
say
skin
brown,
tone.
I mean the whole collection of people
Yeah.
Yeah.
that aren't white.
Yeah.
Right.
So no, but the thing is, no, actually, as
They're gonna-
someone who
they're gonna hate
is
this.
Filipino, like I was raised Filipino. I wasn't.
Yeah, but you've
Exact-
got like olive.
I've
kind
got
of skin.
olive skin, but
So-
my mum, she's full Filipino. She is brown.
Okay.
That's
So you're
just-
either black or Asian
Like-
is usually the term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get
Yeah.
that they're black or Asian, but we're getting into wokeisms here, right?
skin
It's-
color.
I'm talking
That's
about
fine.
just purely if there was someone else in the other advert that was some shade other than white, right? Across the whole spectrum of people, which are essentially brown and getting darker, right?
Okay, that's a different.
Because fundamentally,
That's
people
really
aren't
tough.
black, are they?
No,
Because you wouldn't be able
no.
to see
No,
them,
that's
No.
just the,
right?
the term that they call them.
We're talking in facts,
so much
biological
fun,
facts,
Colin.
right?
Elliot's doing this one.
You're just gonna have to cut
But-
this out.
But seriously, well, let's say we'll redo this and he can choose. But fundamentally, if the other person in it was black, right, the next problem we end up with is that then the Asian people say, well, why are we excluded from it? So then you go, I'm going to add an Asian person. So which Asian person would you like?
Yeah.
Chinese, Japanese, Filipino?
No, you're right. There's so many different
Wait,
Asians.
Vietnamese.
Indians are Asians.
There's a whole
no
list,
room.
right?
There's no
Yeah.
room.
Right.
We haven't got enough genes.
Right? Right? So then you get to the end of that. And then you get into fat people. Like,
Midgets.
don't say
Ah!
Warwick Davis, right? Where does it fucking end?
Yeah.
Right? And eventually at the end of that,
Oh my
right?
God, I'm getting
Eventually
hot.
at the end of that list, you will find a white, middle-aged person, right? What? Is that? Are you seriously suggesting that
Yeah.
American Eagle have to make
Find everyone.
fucking every possible denomination of people?
Yeah.
then
to
once
not
you've got
offend
to,
someone.
yeah, because when you get to the end of that, you then end up with a woman in a burqa. You then end up with
No arms.
yeah, people with no arms,
Yeah.
amputees, people in wheelchairs. Where the fuck does it end?
That's true.
Where does it end?
Right?
No, you're right though. You
But
can't
I-
satisfy everyone.
But this is
No.
the point. Like, I'm glad you say I'm right because I am. Right?
Well, no, I mean,
But in all seriousness,
in a
right?
sense. God.
There is the problem with this is the problem with the woke agenda is that as soon as you do anything, you then offend the next person.
Yeah.
This debate made me really warm.
But again, it's
It
because
is
they're
warming,
looking
isn't
to be offended. That they are purposefully misconstruing the advert to back the fact that they are offended.
I think everyone's just
Yeah.
upset these days for no reason.
So I guarantee at the end of this, we will have people that are offended by what we're doing. We're not like it's just
you can't satisfy
you
everyone.
cannot satisfy
You
everyone,
can't
and you should be able to
live like
express
that. Yeah.
something without everyone scrutinizing it constantly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's easy for that. Those people will also say that's easy for me to say because I'm white, male, whatever it is, right? They want to make something of it. The reality is it's bollocks.
What do you say
Absolute-
about me then? Everyone has an opinion.
But
we all have
but this
different
is the
people
point.
here.
Like I could not give a shit.
it doesn't
Like if you
matter.
look at the demographic of the companies I'm involved with, right? I don't discriminate against anyone,
No.
right?
Yeah.
I employ ginger people.
Yeah. We've got
Case
a
in point.
very
But
diverse
this is the
workforce.
but
haven't
this
we?
is the point.
We do
that
have diverse
Yeah.
workforce, to be fair.
if like because we employ Nigerians, we've got you're Filipino, we've got Jazz who's Indian, we've previously had a guy who was Pakistani, you're whatever you said you were.
Chinese.
Chinese. We've got Chinese, we've got Hong Kong, we've got Romanian, we've got Bulgarian,
Yeah, you
we've
do,
got
yeah.
you
Your background does not define who you are as a person. Like, and
Absolutely.
all these people you've listed, they're
We've
They're
also
contributing to society.
Absolutely, we've got people from Devon, even right.
yeah,
Right.
we're a whole mix of people.
Well, actually, we have one person from Plymouth.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We
The
pushed it too
Plymouth
far
is
with
the
that
problem.
one.
Is, yeah. But
Yeah.
fundamentally, if you actually look at, and we've got women, we've got men, we've got.
Mostly men.
Yeah.
Mostly men, but
I did actually offer a trans person a job.
Yeah, you're just a tick on the.
yeah, I am.
After the brilliant.
I love
You're
it.
a tolerance high, whatever it is.
You guys just deal with me saying slay and shit. Like, girly pop. I don't know.
But it's like the reality is that there are so many different flavors of people, right?
I like that.
I
too.
could not care less.
Mm.
But I find the backlash, I'm like bemused by it.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah.
It's a shame, really.
Yeah.
And, I think it's wrong.
But I think they knew what they were doing when they made it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they knew it was going to
Yeah,
be controversial.
they did.
That's it.
Well,
but
this
even
discussion
then-
in itself has been controversial, but we're kind of doing it deliberately,
Mm.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And But that is the point. It's like, where do you draw the line?
That's what marketing is. Always
Yeah.
drawing lines.
And on that note, it brings this episode
Yes.
of Ctrl Alt Disrupt. If you like what we do, press the bell. If you're on YouTube, of course. If you're on anything else, like, follow, subscribe, bookmark, send it to your friends, all that sort of stuff.
Clip it.
Clip
And
it,
if you're
yeah.
listening on Spotify, give
If
us
you-
a good rating, please.
And if you're offended,
Fuck off.
You didn't have to be here.
Keep your opinion to yourself and flush your head down the toilet.
Make your own podcast.
Yeah. And on that note, Marianne, are you offended? And is it bye?
I'm not offended. Bye bye.
And Cameron, are you offended?
Yes, because I'm ginger.
Are you-
Bye-bye.
And Luke?
my name is Luke and I'm not offended. Bye.
Welcome to my TED Talk.
And I'm James. We're out of here.